Rosemary Diver. I'm a scheme coordinator at Pine Tree Manor. I have been here for 13 years.
My name is Sean Madden. I'm Senior Development Officer within the development team. I'm currently working here just under 2 years.
My name is Paul McDonough. I'm the Tenant Liaison Officer for Helm Housing.
I'm Rachel Humphreys and I'm a Housing Officer in Helm Housing in the Voids and Allocations team. Okay. Is my hair look all right?
Yeah. That's a good question. Yeah, sometimes it hurt.
What's we looking for? Well, first this morning I'm going to Chisholm Court. I'm going down to, they have a coffee morning every Wednesday morning, which is run by Sandra McKnight, who's a scheme coordinator down there. It's nice to get down and visit every now and again and get a chat with the tenants and see how they are, see if there's any problems, any queries they want to bring up, any questions they want to ask. So it's always good. There's always a bit of banter, and it's nice to go down. And Sandra does a great job down there. You know, I think the role of the scheme coordinators is vital. Building a relationship with tenants is crucial in what we do as an organisation, not just as an individual, because it helps build that sense of community, that sense of belonging, you know, with ourselves and the tenants, you know, that to have someone who's available to them. Morning, ladies. How are we all? All good. All the better for seeing you, lot. Is still trouble, Rita? Yes. Still trouble. I was looking out there with Sandra and I just see the weathering around the inside of the door isn't tight enough either. Tenant liaison officer is the person who is the go-between, more or less, between the tenant, Helm Housing, and the contractor. So if any works are being carried out at the tenant's property, then if they have any questions, queries or problems. I was talking to Margaret there about the landscaping and stuff. You're happy enough now with the landscaping? It's being dealt with.
The trees, I can't see it.
Sometimes that's not a bad thing, really. Keep you in the dark.
No, I really enjoy working with Helm. I really enjoy working for Helm. I enjoy the job. I get great satisfaction going home, especially a day where I've signed someone up and I've seen the family, or the family have come back to me and thanked me for helping out either their mum and their dad, or either or, and just knowing that they're settled and happy, and that I've made the transition for them, as easy as possible. This morning I'm signing up a tenant. It's an internal transfer from, he was in the block of flats in the Mount over in East Belfast, and he's now moving into one of our schemes just up the road there in Claremont Court. So I'll be signing him up and giving him his new keys and rerunning through his tenancy agreement. And if there's anything else you come across, just give us a shout and we'll get that sorted for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Started off temporary to permanent to now my senior role. Day-to-day life in Helm and what we do, basically my role and everybody else's role within the team is pretty much, it's split into two. We've got feasibilities and we've got on-site. Our role on-site is dealing with more project management with the design team directly. Is actually getting the contract signed, the design team appointed, physically getting the work to start on site. Okay, I'm actually just going to give the site manager a quick ring here because I think he's actually run off because he's seen the camera. So just bear with me a second. Within the sites, I suppose, out on Deerfin, you do have to do a lot of neighbour consultation. So it's actually going out and meeting the local residents and neighbours, letting them know what you're going to do and what's getting involved. Now, obviously that may get a bit heated at times, but the best time maybe would have been with my manager, Dave Erskine. We were out doing a leaflet drop, and I've never seen him run so fast when he tried to put a leaflet drop onto a letterbox. When I think it was a small dog came running towards him. You would think it was an Alsatian, but there's one. But that's basically it.
My role would mainly involve just checking that they're all right on a day-to-day basis and whatever their needs would be. Sometimes you're a secretary for them and sometimes you're a cleaner. You know, whatever a person needs at the time, you just respond to that. You have to be able to think on your feet because you do meet emergency situations and you've it sorted before you realise it sometimes, and you get that through experience. Personally speaking, I do think it's very important that there's somebody on site. They do feel reassured that the association looks after them by having a coordinator here. And if they have any issues, you know, they're paying rent and they like to see something for it. We're having a person in place. It helps them see that they're getting value for money. We're having the dedication of the memorial for all the past tenants of Pine Tree. And the men's group that meet here every Thursday, which is based across community based as well, have provided a garden bench.
Helm Housing have been absolutely fantastic to us.
I prefer to work with people directly rather than in an office at the end of the phone. So I've seen a position coming for one of the housing associations, so I joined, applied for it, and got that job, which was the job I had before I had this. It was community based, but it wasn't as hands-on as what this would be. This is a mix of people and paperwork, and I love that because you've a nice, it balances out for me.
I do go home and I think about how happy I've made people and how secure and settled that they're going to be in their new home, and hopefully that it's the best move for them, and it's given their family's security and a bit of confidence that, you know, it's the right move for their family.
I think that sense of belonging, that sense of community is vital, and it's vital that we sustain that we create that where it doesn't exist, and we sustain it where it is and make it grow. And I think that's probably the most important role that we will play, is making that happen.
People need accommodation, and the focus now is with rents and mortgage. You know, social housing is so important, and the need's great for it, but there's not enough of it, you know. And I do think social housing, there's the greatest need for it than ever, you know.
I'm actually going to visit this person again this afternoon. She had got a kitchen fitted and she phoned to say that the plumbers hadn't completed the work properly. There's a leak underneath the sink. I arranged for the contractor to go back out and fix the leak. The leak was actually the fairy liquid bottle had fallen over on its side and leaked onto the unit, and that's where the leak had came from.
And there was an emergency call came through that the cleaner was stuck in the lift. So a contractor was called, he was out on site, harnessed up to do another job, and he had to take his harnessing off and rush over to Belfast. And whenever he got to the scheme and got the lift doors open, it was actually Henry Hoover was in the lift. Oh gosh, it was just funny, you know. We'd panicked thinking that there was a cleaner stuck in the lift, and actually it just turned out to just be the Hoover in the block of flats.
Do you want to get your mic off and everything?
I want to get my glass of water. Thank you.
Enjoy that.
Afterwards, yes.